Okay, so we're here at the MidiCake stand with Chris.
How do? All right.
Yeah, how's it going, Chris?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah.
Great. And yeah, MidiCake, tell us about MidiCake. What is it?
Yeah, well, this is our second year at Bristronica. We talked last year, we introduced ARP, which is a parametric sequencer and hopefully the ultimate arpeggiator. It's the machine that I wanted to make music with, really. But yeah, we've got this policy of doing continual updates, continual development. And that's why we're sort of back here this year to show off the new features and what we've done over the last 12 months. ARP is really a platform for developing new ideas, both for me as a developer, but also for musicians, creators to go and explore and create and do, just try and come up with new music, really. And so it's 4 arpeggiators in a box. You got a black one and a white one here. You can daisy chain them together, of course. But it's really about coordinating lots and lots of sounds together, composing and performing on the fly. So in terms of updates, which are free, every 2 or 3 months we do a new update. In the last 18 months we've gone through 7, and some people might say it's not the best business practice, just giving away stuff, but like I say, it just adds value to ARP, and it adds value to our existing customers who already own ARP.
Yeah, and you're supporting the people who have bought your products.
Exactly, who supported us.
Perfect sense.
So no, it's all good. It's all new features. Back in February, version 5 introduced the timing stuff, musical timing. Like most MIDI stuff, it works on 3 or 4 divisions of a bar. ARP will do pretty much anything. So we can do, if you want to do 7 beats in 23 bars or 27 beats in a bar, you can do that with ARP. Right. Version 6 then came out in July, and that was all about patterns. We introduced chops and ratchets, which open up a new kind of sonic palette, but also the ability to kind of sequence individual parameters per step. So not like a step sequencer where you're choosing the original, each note. You're kind of creating these melodic and rhythmic patterns, structures within the music, and then letting that do its thing while you go ahead and play.
Great. In terms of the inputs and outputs, is it outputting MIDI?
It's only MIDI,
over 4 tracks?
4 tracks. 4 tracks, yeah. And of course, like as I say, you can daisy chain them.
Okay.
We're running modular here, so we're running through a CV converter.
Okay. Looks like a USB on the back as well.
Yeah, we've got USB host because we can drive it with a keyboard. I mean, it's an arpeggiator at the end of the day. But unlike, as I explained, unlike a classic arpeggiator where you play 3 notes and you get 3 note cycling, with this you set your sequence length, if you like, the number of steps, and then let it explode. And so with modulation, which is what the new update is all about, we've already got some really powerful modulators in there. You can target pretty much any of the parameters. So these are just targets for the modulators.
Great.
So yeah, you can target pretty much anything and combine those modulators together. But what we've done with the new update is it's all about modulation sequencing and also MIDI CC LFO. So as well as your 4 note output channels, you've also got 4 CC LFO output channels, and they use the same modulations.
Great.
So if we just quickly run through, you pick your shape, you pick your rate, and then you can choose to kind of pre and post kind of delay the modulation. So the modulation comes in at certain times. And there's a couple of other trick features in there as well that just allow you to create way more shapes. So we didn't want to make it too complicated by adding more modulation shapes. What we've done is we've kept it simple and just put a couple of additional parameters in that allow you to create way crazy, all sorts of all over the place shapes, which are hugely powerful and just open up again the possibilities that you can do with ARP. And as I say, MIDI CC now, I mean, we're running through the modular here. The CC output just allows you to control external gear, allow you to control your VSTs and your DAWs, but critically in sync with the music that's being generated by ARP, and also in sync with the other stuff that's driving into ARP.
Yeah.
So
is there any kind of limitation on the amount of CCs and notes and things you can send?
No, there isn't. I mean, it's deterministic. You know, our slogan is no such thing as random. I like the ability to recreate the same thing over and over. You use a Turing machine or whatever, you hit play, you change it, and then you can never go back. With this, it is deterministic, but it's got pseudo-random modulators in that allows you to pick seeds. And these things can run for, you know, up to, I'm on modulation amount, get my rate. You can run up to 32 bars, but with the modulation sequencing now, you can get really virtually infinite pattern lengths. You know, people ask what's the sequence, you know, what number of steps? Well, there's 16 steps, but you can modulate that and vary it with different patterns to create almost infinite sequences. And so that's really what we try and achieve. Is what this is about. Like I say, it's a platform for exploration, new ideas, and coming up with new music, and we don't put limits on what you can do with it, really.
That's good.
Yeah.
Can we hear what it sounds like?
Yeah,
Let's
sure. Well, I've got a patch going, but forgive what it's, because you can't hear myself thinking here, but yeah, we'll give it a go. So it's just running a chord chain at the moment. So it's just running through a sequence, and what we've got is 6 synthesizers in the Dopefer, a couple of polysynths down here, and we're running through a MIDI to CV converter, so we've got 16 tracks of CC modulation, and yeah, currently running 6 tracks because we've got 6 synths going. You know, these are patches that I've programmed previously. There's 196 patches possible in there, but it's all about really playing, experimenting, exploring what's possible, and then you can always come back to it. And of course, you can drive it with a keyboard.
That was going to be my next question. It looks like you could either use it standalone, or with a MIDI keyboard.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're lacking experience playing a keyboard or whatever, you can choose your chord and your notes. And I can't hear this, so forgive me what it sounds like. But yeah, you can do that, or you can play keys. So if I reach across and we pick the keyboard. So what we're doing is we're setting the note pool for ARP, so we can choose the chords that we want to play.
And is that for a particular track that you're pressing the key for?
No, it's all of them. They're all in harmonic sync. You can disconnect each track if you wanted to. So for example, I've got drums running here, and they're kind of fixed because I don't want someone to wander too far. But you can do things like lock in the octave, so the octave doesn't move as we go up and down the keys. So as I move up and down through the octaves, you can get tracks that just sit where they are in their frequency range, if you like, and not move. Yeah, so I mean, there's just a ton of functionality in there, but as I say, it's all about exploration and finding new stuff.
Yeah, man. Well, you've thought of a lot of really cool features, and so it's available now. Where do people get it from?
They can buy direct from MidiCake.com. We don't currently go through resellers, we sell direct, but we ship all over the world.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for showing us, Chris. Really appreciate it.
That's great. Thanks a lot, Chris.